Have you ever felt it? That silent shift in energy where everything looks the same on the surface, but something underneath has changed? They used to reach out without thinking. Now every conversation feels delayed, forced, distant. The warmth gone, the effort fading. And the scariest part is, no one said anything out loud. But you feel it. You notice the shorter replies, the lack of curiosity, the way your presence no longer excites them the way it once did. And deep down, you already understand what's happening. But instead of facing it, you question yourself. You overthink. You replay conversations in your mind, hoping you're wrong. Because the truth, it's uncomfortable. Accepting it means admitting that something real is slowly slipping away. And most people aren't ready for that. But today, you're not running from it. You're facing it. Because in the next few minutes, you're going to recognize the 4 undeniable behaviors people show when they genuinely stop caring. Not their words, not their promises, but their patterns. And once you see these patterns clearly, everything changes, so stay with me. Because the last one, it doesn't just reveal the truth, it forces you to accept it. Let's start with the first sign, inconsistent effort. At first, it feels small, easy to excuse. They text late, you tell yourself they're busy, they cancel plans, you say something came up, they disappear for hours, sometimes days, and somehow you still find a reason to understand. But slowly, that pattern becomes your reality. They show up, but only when it fits their schedule. They give attention, but only when it benefits them. One day, they're all in, laughing, engaging, present. The next, cold, distant, unreachable, and you're left in the middle of it, trying to make sense of something that was never meant to be confusing. Because here's the truth people struggle to accept. Real care doesn't create chaos in your mind. It doesn't leave you guessing. It doesn't leave you doubting your place in someone's life. Consistency is not too much to ask. It's the bare minimum. Because when someone truly values you, you don't feel like an option. You feel chosen. So, if their effort only appears when it's easy, when they're bored, when they need something, then understand this clearly. That's not connection. That's convenience. And you were never meant to settle for that. Now, here's where it gets deeper. They stop listening. At first, it's subtle. You're talking, and they're on their phone. You're explaining something important, and they nod, but their eyes aren't really there. You open up about how you feel, and somehow the conversation shifts back to them. And in that moment, something inside you goes quiet because you realize you're speaking, but you're not being heard. And that changes everything because real listening isn't just about staying silent while you talk. It's about presence, attention, care. It's about someone leaning into your words like they matter. So when that disappears, it's not accidental. It's emotional distance. Because people who truly care, they don't just hear you, they feel you. They ask questions. They remember details. They make you feel understood. But when that effort fades, you start shrinking. You hold back your thoughts. You filter your emotions. You become quieter, not because you have less to say, but because you've learned it won't land the same. So ask yourself honestly, when you speak, do they listen to understand or just wait for their turn to talk? This one cuts deeper than most people admit. They only show up when they need you. Watch the pattern closely. They disappear when life is good for them. When they're busy, distracted, entertained, you don't exist. But the moment something goes wrong, The moment they feel lonely, bored, or uncertain, suddenly your phone lights up. Now they remember you. Now they need your time, your energy, your attention. And the hardest part, you still show up, you respond, you give. Hoping this time it's different, but it never is. Because this was never about connection. It was about access. Access to your kindness, your availability, your willingness to be there, even when they're not. And slowly, without even noticing, you get placed on standby, waiting to be chosen instead of being consistently valued. But here's the truth. You can't ignore anymore. Real care is present, even when it's inconvenient. It doesn't disappear when things get hard. It doesn't vanish when it's no longer useful. So ask yourself and answer it without excuses. Are they truly showing up for you? Or are you just there when they need something? Now this is the one people feel, but rarely say out loud. They make you feel replaceable. It doesn't happen all at once. It shows up in the details, the way they stop prioritizing you, the way your time together becomes optional, the way plans with you are the easiest to cancel. No hesitation, no urgency, no effort to make it right. And slowly, you start to feel it, that quiet weight in your chest, like your presence no longer holds the same value. Like if you disappeared, it wouldn't really change anything for them. And that realization, it's heavy because deep down, you remember how it used to be when they made time, when they cared, when you felt chosen. But here's the truth you need to face. People who truly value you don't treat you like you're replaceable. They protect the bond. They respect your space in their life. They don't make you compete for attention you already deserve. Because real connection doesn't make you question your place. It reassures it. So if someone makes you feel like you could be swapped out at any moment, don't ignore that feeling. That's not insecurity. That's awareness. And the longer you silence it, the more you lose yourself trying to hold on to someone who already let go. Now pause. Just for a moment. Let everything you've heard settle in, because this isn't about pointing fingers. It's not about anger or resentment. It's about clarity, the kind that most people avoid, because once you see it, you can't go back to pretending. Sometimes people change, not loudly, not dramatically, but quietly. Their energy shifts, their effort fades, their presence becomes inconsistent, and sometimes it's not even personal. It's just reality. But here's where everything changes for you. You stop chasing what keeps running. You stop explaining yourself to people who've already decided not to understand. You stop fighting for a place where you're no longer being held. Because real power, it's not in convincing someone to care. It's in recognizing when they don't and choosing yourself anyway. You don't beg for attention from someone who easily gives it elsewhere. You don't shrink your voice to fit into someone's temporary space. And you don't hold on to people who treat your presence like it's optional. Because the moment you truly see your worth is the moment you stop negotiating it. So the next time you feel it, that subtle shift, that growing distance, that uncomfortable silence that says more than words ever could, don't ignore it. Don't try to explain it away. And don't exhaust yourself trying to fix something that you didn't break. Because the truth is, some connections don't end loudly. They fade quietly. And the longer you hold on, the more you lose pieces of yourself in the process. So instead, choose differently. Choose yourself. Protect your peace like it matters, because it does. Respect your time like it's valuable, because it is, and guard your energy from people who only show up to take it. Now, say this slowly. Feel every word. I will not beg for what should come naturally. I will not chase what refuses to choose me. I deserve consistency, respect, and genuine care. Let that sink in. Because the moment you truly believe those words is the moment everything changes. If this spoke to you, drop "I see it now" in the comments. And if you're ready to stop chasing what drains you and start building what fulfills you, hit subscribe. Because this journey, it's only getting started.